Hello, welcome back. So the end of 2024 did wrap up my 4th year selling clothes on eBay and Poshmark, and I actually had the best sale I've ever had by quite a long shot on eBay at the very end of December of last year. So I'm very excited to share that with you. I'm gonna go through my sales on eBay and Poshmark from the last, I think it's like 2 weeks, basically from the day after Christmas when sales started picking up again until now. Today's January 5th. So I'm gonna run through these and share them. Hopefully your sales have been good if you sell online. And I think I'm just gonna hop right in to the first sale, which is this pair of 7 for All Mankind Kimmy bootcut jeans. These sold for $16 on Poshmark, and I was very happy to see these finally go because I have had them listed for quite a long time. So they took 705 days to sell. They eventually did sell on Poshmark for $16. That left me with $10.51 in profit. And I thought the style was really good even, over 2 years ago I think this was just about 2 years ago, that I picked these up at the bins. And bootcut jeans are good. I had a good stock photo. I'm not really sure what it was about these. It took a long time. I don't think I've picked up 7 for All Mankind since this, so could be a brand thing not performing that well. Did still leave me with a profit, but I don't think I've picked up 7 for All Mankind since, and I don't really necessarily think I will moving forward, especially since it was a good style and they really didn't sell that well. Then I sold this pair of Lululemon Align high-rise leggings in a true navy color, size 6. These were actually a pretty quick sale, so I ended up selling them on Poshmark for $43, and I really did not have these listed that long. Let's see, they took 11 days, very quick. Left me with $30.41 in profit. And these were a regular thrift store pickup, so I paid $3.99 for them. Not too much more than I would have spent for them at the bins, and left me with a really great profit. Did have some pilling in the inner thigh area, so I used my sweater shaver, cleaned them right up. It honestly works wonders, so if you don't have a sweater shaver, I really recommend getting one. I have revived a lot of items since finally purchasing a sweater shaver. Next is this Icebreaker Women's Merino 200 Oasis long sleeve thermal top. Used base layer as a keyword, and this was again a regular thrift store pickup, so I ended up selling it for $40 on Poshmark. And this one again was one that I didn't have listed that long. It only took 9 days. And I spent $8 on it, listed it at $65, sold it for $40. I think that was someone sending me an offer, and that left me with $24.01 in profit. So that's a really great brand to be on the lookout for if you're not already. I'll show you what the tag looks like. They have really good outdoor pieces, good base layer items, jackets, leggings, tops. So very good brand to know and to be on the lookout for. Next, this pair of Levi's premium wedgie straight jeans. And the wash was fully baked. So I did look up the PC9 number, which is on the care tag for these for these Levi's jeans. The PC9 number, you can Google that and it'll come up with the exact wash name, a stock photo. So that was very easy for me to, get the information for these. And the wedgie jeans by Levi's do pretty well. I really like to find the premium. That's when they have this label. So good style, and having a good stock photo certainly helps a pair of jeans or pants sell. So let's see what I spent for those. I got those at the bin, spent $2.49, listed them at $45, sold them for $30, and they only took 8 days. So very good, quick sale. And that left me with $21.51 in profit. Kind of funny to see right after Christmas I started actually getting sales again, which was great. There's 4 sales just the day after Christmas, so I don't know if people were getting holiday money or if they were just buying for themselves again, but definitely noticed an uptick in sales after Christmas, right after Christmas. All right, next is this Eliza J floral off-the-shoulder maxi dress in a size 6 petite. So here's that Eliza J tag. Pretty positive I picked this up at the bins. Yeah, I spent $1.90, got it at the bins, and that left me with $28.50 in profit after it sold for $38, and it took 276 days, so kind of did sit for a little bit, but not a bad sale in the end there. And one of my very favorites to sell, it's cool, it was this cool Luna Moto jacket. I used biker and motocross as keywords. Here's the cool tag. Sold for $40 on Poshmark. So far all of these are Poshmark. And let's see, I again got that at the bins, the Goodwill outlet. Spent $1.47, and that left me with $30.53 in profit. This is a brand I really like to find, and I really do like to pay attention to the condition. If it's got some flaws or scuffs, I usually will pass on it. And I can be a little bit picky, especially because I find it quite often, but it is a brand that probably would still do okay even if it had some marks, just because it is typically an outdoor, you know, outerwear kind of a brand. So for a pair of hiking pants or something, if it had some scuffs, if you find it and it had a couple little flaws, I'm sure it would still sell, probably just for a little bit less. But it is a brand that I, of course, preferably like to only pick up items that are in really good condition, just because it does decrease the value. But like I said, if you find it and it does have some flaws, I'm sure it still could do pretty well, especially if you're not paying much for it, then it could still leave you with a good profit. That took 99 days to sell. All right, now a couple eBay sales. So this was a Smartwool Kids Footed Base Layer Tights, and I used winter, mountain, and ski as keywords. This I had listed on eBay, and I don't know if this is the older Smartwool tag or just the kids Smartwool tag, because I hadn't seen it before. But these leggings were in really good condition. I couldn't find a stock photo for these, but they still sold actually very quickly. Did not have those listed for that long at all. They were listed for 19 days, sold pretty quick. I had them listed at 30, and then I believe I sent out 20% off offers and someone accepted them, or accepted that offer. That left me with $17.81 in profit. Another really great brand to know and to be on the lookout for. All right, the next sale is my very best sale ever, and I was very excited to find it. So it's Loro Piana, and if you did follow my Thriftmas series, you might remember me finding this one. So there's the tag, and I listed this at $1,195 on eBay. That was very comparable to the other items that were listed. This probably retailed a little over $2,000, so I, marked it accordingly. And then I ended up accepting an offer for $850. I think the original offer I got from this was not from this buyer, but from somebody else who had sent an offer, was for a little over $200, and I did decline that offer and held out. I knew it would sell for more, and it still only sold in 3 days. Very quick flip, took 3 days to sell. Sold for $850, left me with $714.36. Great brand to know, and that was, like I said, by far my best sale ever on eBay, so I was very, very happy with that one. Right, next was this Free People Wilder Polo mini dress, and this sold for $40 on Poshmark. Again, a really quick flip. I feel like most of these were items that I thrifted within the last month or so. So that one sold for $40 on Poshmark. Took 26 days to sell, and that left me with $30.49 in profit. Definitely a fan of selling Free People if it's a good style, which most of them are a good style. As long as it's a little more of a current style, it usually does sell. Not always quick, but usually a pretty decent sale. And this is the only time I've ever found this brand. I actually had never heard of it until I found this item and then looked into the brand. It's a Marimekko, I don't even know what these words are. It's the style name, I'm pretty sure, but floral midi dress. And I had it listed at $165 on eBay. Ended up selling for $100. So that left me with $83.14 in profit after my cost of goods, the platform fee, and then if I had shipping costs, that would also be include that. So that left me with $83.14. Took 86 days, just under 3 months. Really great sale there. Good brand to know. Let me know if you've found this brand, if you know this brand. Don't know much about it, but when I had checked the comps when I was at the bins when I found this, I decided to give it a shot, and I'm actually really glad I did. It felt like it wasn't going to be a great sale just because it wasn't a quick flip. Sometimes I really base whether or not something's going to be a good sale based on how quickly it sells, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it just does take a little bit for the person who actually is looking for that item to stumble across it. So in the end, very good sale. I will definitely continue to be on the lookout for that brand moving forward. This was a lower price sale, but still a really good one. It was this J. Crew Ditzy Floral Cotton Blouse Top. Sold for $13. It was a J. Crew factory item. Nothing substantial at all, but really not bad. Got moved out. Did take 283 days. So probably would not, pick that up again. Or maybe I would, just wouldn't expect it to be anything that exciting. Some J. Crew items can definitely sell for more than that, so I don't think that's necessarily the best representation of J. Crew items in general, but for a simple top, sold for $13, and let's see, that left me with $8.20 in profit. Did take quite a long time to sell though. Then another pair of Levi's premium jeans. These were the baggy dad jeans, and again, it was that premium label. These sold for $35. I'd accepted an offer for these. And let's see, I don't think I had these listed that long either. Okay, just over 3 months. So, not super, super fast, but still decently quick turnaround time. That left me with $26.53 in profit. Another Goodwill outlet pickup. Most of these were from the Goodwill outlet, just a couple that were the regular thrift store. So pretty good there. This is definitely a brand I love to find at the bins. And it's another brand, and another brand that I really like to make sure it's in really good condition, just because it is a lot harder to sell from my experience when it does have some stains and things like that. So I really like to check, or at least make sure that they're stains that I could easily get out in the wash with a little bit of, stain treatment, spot treatment. So that pair was in good condition, good sale. Left me with a good profit. All right, just a few more here. So this is a Patagonia Cinchilla Snap Tee Fleece Pullover. This was another bins item. Here's the Patagonia tag. And this sold for $23 on Poshmark. I again think this was a pretty quick flip. Yes, 22 days. I had it listed at $39, and then I think I'd sent out, I want to say 40% off offers. That feels right. I think that might line up there with a 40% off offer. So that was accepted by the buyer, and that left me with $16.89 in profit. Very quick flip in under a month. That item probably could have sold for a little bit more, but I was sending out 40% off offers, and I can't remember if a couple of these were from that 40% off offer. I don't know, I can't really remember, but this was right around the time I sent out 40% off offers on pretty much all my items. So pretty sure that was a result of sending out those offers. This next one was a Taylor Swift Folklore pullover crew neck sweatshirt. This was from my own closet, and I just didn't really like the color on me that much, so I did end up just listing it. Sold for $45. I did have it listed for a bit before it ended up selling, which I was kind of surprised by. I thought it would sell a little quicker, but that is fine. I had it listed at $75. I feel like this was another one of those 40% off offers, probably. And that left me with $36. No, I think someone sent me that offer. I don't know. That left me with $36. Took 120 days. So I think Taylor Swift merch definitely can do well. So if you find it, it's certainly good to pick up, especially if it is a lower cost of good. But particular items can do very well. I'm sure if you found Eras Tour merch right now, that would do very, very well. And hopefully Reputation Taylor's version comes out soon, and then I'm sure the Rep merch would be doing very well. So it's always just ebbing and flowing, but still a very good sale, but did take a decent amount of time. 3, 6, 9, 12, like 4 months. So not super long, but not super fast either. All right, and then this sale I had today was this vintage Young Pendleton wool sweater. Let me know if you've ever seen this Young Pendleton tag. I had not seen it before I found this item. And I did find out it's a vintage tag. So that sweater sold for $16 on Poshmark. And I got this a couple months ago. Yeah, it took 49 days to sell. Had it listed at $28, sold it for $16, and that left me with $10.93 in profit. And when I first found it, I thought Young Pendleton was like a kid's line for Pendleton, but then when I did a little more research, I found out that it was just a vintage item, and it was an adult's piece. So I just ended up putting the measurements. Well, I always put the measurements, but sometimes that really does help me determine what the size is. So the 18-inch armpit to armpit did indicate to me that it's a size medium. Since size 40 doesn't really mean a whole ton, especially vintage sizing. It's always different than modern sizing, so, or contemporary sizing, whatever you want to call it. But I did get the size based on the measurements, and that was a decent sale. Nothing crazy at all, but still pretty decent there in the end. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. My next video will be actually very different than my typical content. It is not reselling related, but it is something I'm very passionate about and something I have wanted to make a video on for quite a while. So I hope you will watch that and let me know what you think about that. But my usual reselling content is not going anywhere, so don't worry. If that's what you're here for, it is not going anywhere. But thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a really good rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.